Thank
There it
you.
is.
All right, so we're back in session at 7:32. So Chris, you were saying that your recommendation is that we go to housing court,
Yeah,
given the timeline that we're dealing with here and that we're into November with a heating issue.
totally. I believe we should file a civil complaint in the housing court. Mostly because of the heating issue, but there's a few conditions deemed to endanger. Um, like I said, I haven't seen any good faith efforts to see a correction for these violations. It's been a lot of pointing fingers. Typically, just for reference, when a landlord makes a good faith effort to repair violations, they provide that in the form of invoices from contractors, the buying of materials to show us, okay, yes, this is in motion. We're trying to make this happen. I also need to point out any of these corrections needs to go through the building department. The proper permits need to be pulled. You can't, just start going at it. On top of, Mr. Heavey was concerned about these steps. In the conversation I had with him, I explained to him that if the building department will tell us, yes, these steps are compliant with building code, that just gets axed out. It's pretty simple. As our code reads, it basically defers to the building code how the steps have to look. So
Okay.
So that boils down to, but it's kind of the other points I had to make. And like I said, I think we should proceed with the housing court.
Okay. Staff or Liz, any comments?
And what does that exactly entail, Chris? Just like, I know we're getting late, but just a brief thing of what would happen next steps if we do that.
So we would file in central housing court, and basically Mr. Heavey would be summoned. Basically, we would be the plaintiffs, he would be the defendant, and we'd basically make a complaint to the court that we ordered the correction of these violations and we didn't see any action. And that's basically the judge to decide how he wants to proceed in terms of compelling him to make these corrections. So basically doing our due diligence to ensure, we're following through with our legal responsibilities.
And
I think Taylor's frozen.
Taylor, we lost you. Can you say it again?
Can you hear me now?
Yeah.
I said, and obviously, town council would be by Chris's side for this. It wouldn't just be Chris representing himself.
Okay. And I think our job here is to make sure that we are following the law and that these things are getting rectified, and that, getting into the pointing fingers and he said, she said, like, that's outside of what our responsibility is. And our job is not to mediate, like I said earlier. So I think that we need to be concerned with the fact that we have housing code violations here. And that's the role that we need to play here. So. Okay, Liz, anything?
Nope, sounds good to me.
All right, so I'll move that the Board of Health support going to housing court for 88 Turnpike Road in Southborough. Is there a second?
I second, but I'm Medina.
Zulik, aye.
And Malinowski's aye. All right, Chris, thank you very much for your work on this.
For sure.
Thank you.
And
We'll keep you in the loop.
Thank you for having for doing a special meeting to get this resolved.
Of course.
All right, so with that, I will move that we adjourn at 7:36. Is there a second?
Second, vote aye.
Zulik, aye.
And Malinowski's aye. Have a great night, everyone. Thank you.
Thanks.
Thank you.